Firstly, I would like to wish you a warm welcome and let me introduce myself. I'm ID94 Drnovsek, a master's student at ISSBS. I will present our article about financial literacy among students. We are all living in an era where financial literacy is becoming a lifelong competence. So let us begin. Firstly, let's discuss what financial literacy really is. Financial literacy is the knowledge and understanding of financial concepts and risks. Financial literacy aims to improve the financial well-being of individuals and society, enabling them to participate in economic life, together with the skill, motivation, and confidence to apply such knowledge. Knowledge of the latter can create more effective decisions in different financial contexts. The main objective of the financial literacy education process is to understand financial terms, products, and systems, thereby enabling economic empowerment through newly acquired knowledge. The ultimate goal of financial education is to empower and motivate people to change their economic behavior, thereby encouraging them to make deliberate financial decisions. Financial literacy and its relevance to society. Financial literacy itself is crucial for society as it is the only way to generate and spend resources. Financial health is a component or element of personal financial health in a conceptual framework that includes economic behavior, satisfaction, attitudes, and objective status measures. As many existing national financial education strategies specifically identify and target young people and students as the key target group and support in the introduction of financial education in school. Financial literacy in Slovenia is much lower than EU average. The average score of Slovenian 15-year-old was 485, which is 15 points lower than the average. But one interesting fact was that in Slovenia, 90% of pupils at this age already have a bank account, which put us on the top 18 countries in Europe. For Slovenia, the problem is that the last national financial education program was prepared in 2010 to influence all components of individual financial capability. Here is one of things that we need to make new strategies, of course. To verify the theoretical part of empirical survey, we tested the two hypotheses by analyzing the data. The first one is information on young people's money matters is the most often obtained from parents or guardians. And the second one, young people aged between 18 and 29 are less financially literate. One of the reasons for conducting the survey is that Slovenia has not participated in the financial literacy survey itself since 2012. Therefore, the survey was performed using the online one-click survey tool Enaka. It's an open source application that enables services for online surveys. The survey was carried out with 196 respondents, of which 117 units were eligible. 29 men, which was 24.8% of respondents, and 88 women, which is 75.2%, answered the questions. The average age of the respondents was 24 years old. The youngest was 19 and the oldest was 54. The survey's aimed to find out the state of financial literacy among students. Survey was developed by using the validated PISA questionnaire, and it was carried out among full-time and part-time students. And the primary data was analyzed by using Excel and SPSS. The first hypothesis, young people most often get information about money matters from their parents or guardians, was tested using the one-sample t-test to find statistically significant differences between the sample and the population. According to the survey results in Table 1, on average, young people get most of their information about money matters from the internet, followed by the parents, guardians, other adult relationships, and friends. Other answers included magazines, books, banks, partners, and financiers. The generation aged between 18 and 29 belongs to Generation Z, which was born between 1996 and 2015, known as the Digital Natives generation, therefore digitally competent. As the reason we therefore assume is why they do not seek information from their parents or other adults to such an extent, but instead look for it in the internet. Moreover, according to research, young people of these generations are turning to political consumerism as a form of social participation. They therefore look for ethical, political, and environmental motivation for their consumerism. The results can give us an insight into where we need to focus on our research on how to bring financial literacy to young people of this and future generations. We should focus on developing good online information sources and practical applications to back up the theoretical knowledge gain with the practical examples in real and everyday life. So the hypothesis was not confirmed, and the young generation's main source of information is internet. For testing hypothesis 2, the population was divided into two age groups, those aged 18 to 29 and those aged 29 or older. To this end, we created two new variables to test the hypothesis. Then, using SPSS, we compared the variables, age, and average financial literacy to see if there is a difference between their answers using a paired t-sample test. These results stem from the fact that today's society is saturated with the information. Unfortunately, education systems do not offer enough financial education to young people to acquire this lack of knowledge in time. Referring to the previous hypothesis, where we found that the acquisition of information of financial elements is mainly from internet resources, the second most crucial element of financial literacy is the knowledge acquired from parents. So this one is confirmed, which is respondents in the age of 29 age groups are more financially literate than those below 29. Let's discuss about guidelines for improvement. We know that the poor financial literacy is a worldwide problem, not just in Europe. Financial literacy is vital for human well-being, and because there is lack of verified information, which has to be tailored to today's generations, the younger population needs to this help the most. And since the financial literacy starts at home, from an early age, we need to focus also on the parents. And one of the most important thing is making advisors much more accessible to the general population. We have some conclusion. The fact that financial literacy is the area with multi-generation implications. So we need to be careful. The goal is to take preventing measures while financial matters are still being under control. We see potential in intergenerational cooperation with knowledge sharing, online programs, which resides in online training and courses, and adapting new forms of learning. As we conclude the literature review, research, and adopted documents, we see that financial literacy or poor literacy exists. If we won't talk about it, if we won't solve it, we can otherwise expect more poverty in the third stage of life, because the pensions alone may not be enough for the basic life of an older person. Our research has shown that we need to prioritize tackling this problem globally, especially with the younger generation, who are just starting to see the concrete consequences of financial literacy. Money and consumerism are a part of our everyday life and can quickly lead us to debt for decades, or perhaps even below the poverty line because of poor money management. This is all, and thank you for your time.